Hello, everyone. Just want to say a quick thank you for clicking onto the video. Please do us a favor and hit that like button, comment, and most importantly of all, please subscribe to the channel. Enough of the chatter. Let's get on with the video.
Bro, I'm saying from 96 to 2008, who was the best player in the NBA?
Shaq? Regarding LeBron James.
Not
Talking
LeBron
about
James.
Caitlin Clark and what she's done for the WNBA. Now, I will say this: Caitlin Clark was in everybody's mouth. Pause. Coming out of the draft, because she was, for lack of a better word, she was hot shit in college.
What did AB say about her?
She was, hey, she looked like she keep it hairy. That's what he said. That's and I quote directly from AB. I didn't say it. AB said it, but she was the talk of the town in college. She was must see TV. You saw it in the ratings in the college finals. And everybody kind of expected her game to transition to the pros here in the WNBA. I mean, people were talking shit about like how she might be able to score on a dude in the NBA. And then you see her come into the WNBA and the game just hasn't transitioned quite like everybody imagined. Now, I will say this. I think they're 5 or 6 games into the season. They're not heavy into the season. A lot of it could be she's still in her head. She's trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit when she's playing. You're starting to see already her kind of yelling at the coach about some of her teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And you're starting to realize that maybe the game might be a little too big for her right now. A lot of people are starting to shit on her already. I'm like, it's kind of early. There was a lot of hype, when you build up a lot of hype. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of hype working against her now because everybody's like, oh, she's just going to dominate the WNBA, and it just hasn't worked out that way. It's not always like that. But LeBron James heard all the chitter chatter, the shit talk, and he was like, hey, let me drop some information. And Jay, if you got the quote ready to be pulled up, the video, he drops a little his thoughts on Caitlin Clark.
I love that she's bringing to her sport. More people want to watch. Don't get it twisted. Don't get up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I'm just kind of in this mode right now because I'm getting the same, thing from watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream. There's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing a professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is. And I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulders. The one thing that
Julio, I'll let you go first, man. You hear what LeBron James has to say about Caitlin Clark. He does mention that she's bringing a lot of eyeballs to the WNBA, new fans to the WNBA. She's doing great things for the WNBA. I mean, I think she kind of brought more popularity to the WNBA league that now they're using charter flights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're upgrading.
Yeah.
Venues are upgrading. They're not doing little ass gyms. They're upgrading those venues. So
somebody said,
go ahead.
My bad, Joe, but I'm cracking up thinking about this. Somebody said they were traveling like wrestlers because they were in rental cars going up and down the road to each game. But
hey,
that's kind of crazy. That's crazy for a professional athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as what LeBron was talking about, I mean, I agree with him on certain aspects of it, as far as, she's just a kid trying to live out her dream, right? She made it professionally. She's trying to make a difference and trying to make a change within the WNBA. Has that has her performance impacted anything at this point? I would have to say no, just based off of, everything that we've seen so far. Is just one of those things to where it's like, you got to give it time. Again, kind of like to what we were talking about before. The NBA's been around for God knows how many years, 50 plus years now at this point. The WNBA is still kind of, even though it's not new, it's still relatively young. It's a young league. So to hear these things that happen as far as, people criticizing, that comes with it. It comes with it, especially when you have so much exposure to the social media side of it, to just your name getting out there, being called out by players like Steph Curry, LeBron James, being backed up by some of these players. You're going to gain more exposure because of that. But I mean, I see the point that LeBron is making, but at the same time, now you got to show up. Now you have to transition your game that you had in college and transition it to a bigger stage and show people why they should tune in, why they should, buy WNBA tickets, why you guys deserve to have charter flights out instead of, like what Jay was saying right now, taking a rental car from point A to point B just to get to the stadium. And then for the stadium that you get to is just a smaller venue instead of this large actual stadium that you play in. So I think we've talked about it in the past before. T has mentioned it in the past before. If you want to see that league be successful, you need to support it. You need to be somebody that's there constantly buying tickets, supporting that team, and helping that league lift itself up, because they can't do it by themselves. You can't expect them to keep up with NBA when they're not the NBA. The NBA has been around for, like I said, 50 plus years, and they already have a legacy behind them. They have players that we all, when we have a GOAT conversation, those are the players that we bring up. The old guard, MJ, LeBron, Kobe. Those are superstar names that are known worldwide. Now, not a lot of people can say they know these women athletes that are in the WNBA worldwide like that. So you have to build towards that.
Yeah, and I do just kind of add on to that, man. It's a classic story of when you see somebody getting the shine, especially somebody that you feel like maybe hasn't paid their dues, right?
Yep.
She's new to the league. She's getting all the hype. The league's been around for a while. It's not just it's not NBA levels of age, right? But it's newer, and you see these people that have built their legacy already in the WNBA, and they're like, damn, we never got no shine like that. This girl's coming in here, but she is bringing in eyeballs and stuff like that. So the more shine you give somebody, especially younger, you're giving them that shine, you're going to have these fools that are just going to obviously be haters and talk shit and preying on the downfall. They want to see you fall on your face so they can be the first ones laughing like, I told you so. I told y'all she wasn't shit. She wasn't about shit. It's all hype, blah, blah, blah. Bro, you just gotta you gotta let them play. Like I said, 5 games in, 6 games into a season, she's still trying to find her legs. Maybe this first season she just doesn't do as well as everybody anticipates. That's not the end all be all. That's not gonna just define her whole career. Some people do well, some don't. T, I know you got something to say on it, man. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess I just think that, everybody expecting her to have a MJ type impact as far as her play goes. And like, people fail to realize, like, the greatest players didn't play well their first season. Like, other than Magic Johnson, he was an anomaly. Bro, Kobe sucked his first season. MJ wasn't MJ his first season. I mean, Bron was Bron, but he wasn't the Bron that he is now his first season.
Exactly.
So,
Hey, was Larry Legend was he good in his first season?
I mean, he was, bro. Him and Magic was, they was the shit.
Mhm.
Like they were basically the shit their whole career, bro. But those are anomalies, bro. Like that's not a consistent thing that happens,
Exactly.
regardless of who the player is. Now,
Mhm.
in regards to Caitlin Clark, like I agree with LeBron. Like she's gonna do great things for the sport, and I'm not trying to take nothing away from the other players that came out in her draft class. It's just that she's the one that has gotten the most shine. Like she, when have you ever seen a female in an NBA All Star 3-point contest going toe to toe with the greatest shooter that has ever lived?
Yep.
Like she did that.
Yeah. Her and
So
Angel
that
Reese brought a lot of eyes to the game here at the
I mean,
college
yeah,
level, man.
bro. That's like I said. I'm not trying to take nothing. I love Angel Reese. I love Flo Jo. I love all of those all of those girls, bro. Like they ball in college, all of them. But Caitlin Clark has gotten the most shine out of all of them, and the reason why is because I, I don't want to sound racist, but like she's the great white hype.
Great
Like
White
Caitlin
Hope.
Clark is the great white hype, bro. She is the great white hype, and she's doing a hell of a job at her job. Like
Yep.
the first 5 games, okay, come on, like it's 5 games, bro. It's 5 games,
Right.
5 games.
And you getting the stamp of approval from one of the biggest names in the NBA.
I mean,
Yep.
he's the biggest name in the NBA.
I
The
would say
big
it's Luca, but
nah, bro.
damn.
Nah. Luca ain't even, and I love Luca, bro. He ain't the GOAT yet. He's not the GOAT. And Bron ain't the GOAT, but
Neither is LeBron.
I
Thank you
mean,
for
Neither
he's
is
correcting
not my
yourself.
LeBron.
GOAT, bro. He's
Thank you
not
for
my
correcting
Well,
yourself.
he's not my GOAT.
who's the GOAT? MJ? Well,
My
we
GOAT
all
is
agree
Kobe.
here.
No,
It's
my
who?
GOAT is Kobe.
Well, you'll never hear from your GOAT on this whole
Too soon. Stop.
situation, but
Yeah, bro.
Just leave it alone. Leave it alone, Ari.
It's in the show, and we'll probably cut that out. Come on, bro.
I'm just saying, bro. Like we're talking about goats and being stamped by a goat.
I mean, it ain't, bro. I'm not
She
even.
can't. She ain't gonna get Kobe stamped. It just is what it is.
I mean, but I'm not. I don't even think that matters, bro. Like it's gonna help put eyes on the game, but I think that Caitlin Clark is bringing the eyes there because of the stuff that I named out. Like she played great in college.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time that we've seen a female playing an NBA All Star, not a game, but
Yep.
a contest, the
The
3-point
skills
contest.
competition.
Yeah, like,
Mhm.
and it wasn't like she got drastically beat. Like she was right there. Like she could have
Right.
won that
Mhm.
3-point contest. And Steph Curry wasn't holding back. So all of that stuff, bro, like she's gonna bring eyes to the game. And I think all of the players that came out this year are gonna help put asses in seats and put eyes on TV so they can get some money and get the
Yep.
things that I believe that they deserve. So
Yeah, that's something I am kind of seeing more of. I don't know if maybe it's because I'm looking for it more, or if it's just something that is just happening more frequently now. Is you see the men's league showing more support for the women's league, and you see them at the women's games. You see them with the women's players endorsing, pushing that product, and I guess it's like any eyes on basketball, whether it's men's or women's, we're going to support each other. We're going to lift each other up to make the overall game better, more profitable for
Yep.
one another. So I think that's positive, man, for sure. What's going on? I think LeBron putting his stamp on it. I'm not a LeBron fan personally, but you
but
can't deny the popularity of LeBron James. You just can't.
you can't deny that he's a top 3 player, bro.
You cannot. No, sir.
He is a top 3 player.
So when you're getting the green light from one of the best to ever do it, hey, that doesn't hurt.
And by the way, Jay, he is the GOAT of this generation. Like, and like I said, I am not a LeBron fan. I've always rooted against LeBron.
There's still a lot of
Every
basketball to
single
play
time, bro.
that is yet to be seen.
Bro, he's the GOAT of this
I
generation.
mean,
bro.
tell me who's even close to him in this generation.
Bro, hold on, wait. Before you get to that, Jay, MJ was the GOAT. The baton got passed to Kobe. Kobe was the GOAT of our generation. Of our generation.
Of your generation.
Of
yours, because
generation.
mine was MJ.
Bro, so well, y'all probably didn't look at basketball between
we're
96.
we're older than you, bro.
Y'all
We're like,
bro, did y'all look at basketball between 96
bro, we
and
are 10 years older than you.
96 and 2008. Did you look at basketball?
To me,
Yeah.
it's always been for me. It's always been
from
MJ,
96 to
Kobe,
2008,
and then LeBron.
Kobe,
That's
not
the way
the
I got
GOAT,
it.
bro.
that was not but that's what I'm telling you. That was not our guy. Our guy was MJ. That's who we grew up on.
I hear what you're saying. You're not understanding what I'm asking you, bro. I'm saying from 96 to 2008, who was the best player in the NBA?
Shaq. I love it. I love to see the look on his face, bro. I live for it at this point. That's my favorite thing to do right now.
Bro, that was the dumbest shit you could have said, bro.
that almost sounded like the shit you said in the last video. Anyway, man.
That was the dumbest shit ever.
We do want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch these videos. We do want to thank you for sticking around to the very end, and we hope you do enjoy the content. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, not the video, but to the channel, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.